The last time I was in Paris, I fell in love with the idea of wearing a scarf. I would sit in the outdoor cafes and I would see the Parisian women bustling by. Every single one of them was just wearing a scarf and it just looked so laissez-faire, je ne sais quoi, just so effortless. And it looked perfect in its imperfection. Like they had just thrown it on and it just fell into that perfectly on perfect look. So I came home determined I was gonna start wearing a scarf. So that's almost a year, because it was last September. I spent my birthday there last year, and a year later, I'm finally that girl that wears a scarf. When I first started looking, it was very, very, very overwhelming. I started YouTubing how to wear a scarf, and there are 8,942 ways to wear a scarf, approximately. And it was just too much for me. I was like, I don't know, it's too much. So this time I decided, pick like 2 or 3 ways. Easy things that you can easily grab that scarf, throw it on that way, and you know it looks good. So my Virgo vibes make me want it to be perfect. So that's my mantra, let it go. Learn how to just embrace the perfection in it being on perfect. And the point of this video is that if someone like me can learn how to do a scarf and feel good about it and walk out the door feeling confident and beautiful, then anybody can. And I want to say a great big warm welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Those of you who have been following me for the last year, I marked 1 year on YouTube, and I feel like I have just met the kindest, sweetest friends. And I just feel so blessed that I have all these new friends. And I just hope that if you are just watching for the very first time, I would love it if you would subscribe. We have this cool gang and we all hang out here every Wednesday and Saturday, and we would love it if you would join us. So the first thing I figured out is I really like this square size of a scarf. It is 85 by 85 centimeters. And I just think it's the perfect size to do like so many different things. I also grabbed one just small one like this. This size I think is really good if you wanna like just put it in your hair or on a handbag. So this little size would just be hair, handbag, and that's it. So one of the things about the scarf is I didn't get a Hermes, I didn't get a real expensive one. I got a Coach one. And I'll tell you why I got a Coach and I don't mind that it has C's all over it. Because in Carolyn Land, I believe that this scarf was monogrammed just for me. I didn't take the tag off, but every time I would fold the scarf, the tag was always an issue. And so what I did, because I also have an issue with taking tags off that bothers me. If you go through my house, lift up any vase or anything, the price tag is still there. That's for a whole other video and a session with a therapist. Instead of taking it off, I might at some point take it off, but at this point I'm not ready to do that. So I took a little bit of double-sided tape and I taped, because there's 2 of them. So I taped one right onto the scarf and I taped the other one to the other tags. Once you practice these a couple of times, find your favorite ones, and then after that, you don't even have to think about it. You can just grab it, do it, and you're done. I pulled my hair back out of the way. I'm all dressed in black, just a plain canvas. And here is my scarf. The easiest way is to take the corners, opposite corners, and bring them together so that it's like a triangle. So I like this because it's like the easiest fold. The other one that I do, you have to put the scarf on the floor and fold it a certain way. It takes, 30 seconds more. So sometimes I don't want to invest those 30 seconds. So this is really the one I gravitate to the most. So once you have it like that, and another little trick that I have found is on the side where you have that tag, if you put it just a little bit lower, like you don't have them exactly line up, if you bring this one a little bit more in, then you have a better chance of it not showing at all. So I take it like this and I just wrap it around my neck and bring the tags to the front. So the first thing you do is you just kind of fix this however you want it to look. You tell me, how does it look? And then I make sure that that little tag isn't showing. And then as simple as anything, I just take my little ends, give them a little tie, fluff this up a little bit, et voila, there you go. But if you want to take it one more tiny step, and it's not even a tiny step, I just put it, and I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm not looking in a mirror. Normally you would look in a mirror to do this. So that one is just easy peasy. So those are two. Still with this, and this might be my favorite. So I bring these ties in front again, make a little turn, pull my little kerchief in front, and then I take one of the ends up here and one of the ends down here, and then I just tuck the point in, and then I tie it on top, and then fluff it up. You can put it to the side, you can put it in the middle, you can make it as fluffy as you want, you can pull them apart and give it just a little fluff, and then you let it go and you walk away. Okay, we're gonna do the 10-second fold. Put it out, timer plays. Let's put one corner into the middle like that, reach over to the opposite corner, bring that one over to meet, and then you just fold each side about 3 or 4 times until it meets in the middle there. And then you do the same on the opposite side until the two meet in the middle like that. Then you just fold it over. Grab it in the middle, and that's your fold. So I went ahead and took those extra 30 seconds to tie it all fancy. And the reason that it's good to tie it that way is because it makes it a lot longer so you can do more things with it. So one of the super easy ways to do it is you just put it, if you want to wear it like a cravat, like a men's tie, then you sort of make one end a little longer. You wrap it over your hand like this, cross it, and then pull it through. I mean, you're basically just making a knot, right? So you have the knot there in front, but I kind of twist it around so that it's flat inside. And then if you want it to look like a man's tie, then you cross the other end over and you just pull it through. And then it tightens up to look like a man's tie. Adjust it and make it the length you want it. Make one side longer, wrap it over your hand, cross it over, pull it through, turn it around so you have that nice flat side there, and then bring this end, but instead of crossing it and bringing it over, because last time I brought it over to this other side, where my fingernails are, I stick it through like that. And then that way you get more of a bow kind of a look to it. And of course you can fuss with it, but my whole mantra is don't fuss with it, because it usually looks good when I do it and I start fussing, and then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, I should have done that. And let me try and get it back to that. So I'm really working on just doing it however it turns out that first time, just going, it looks great, and walking out the door. Okay, still with this, take it, put it around your neck, bring it forward, and tie. You can fluff this to make it look, because you have the layers there, so you can definitely make this look a little fluffier if you want that. Have this just kind of underneath, or do the same thing as the other one. Bring one tie up and one tie down and tie it around it so you have it more everything in place. So easy peasy. So I'm having a lot of fun playing with my scarves, and the more I wear them, the more I just feel creative and will just do my own thing. So it's not intimidating anymore. I think the key is just nailing down a few ways that you really like wearing it, practice it a few times so that it's easy, you don't think about it, you grab it, use it, go, feel fabulous. I'm assuming if you watch this video, you're kind of like me, you're not a scarf expert, but if you had nothing better to do and you watched it and you are a scarf expert, just give us some tips in the comments. We would appreciate that because the rest of us are beginners. And that's it, that's all I have. And I'm so glad you were here with me today. And until we meet again, bye.